right, here we go again. Back for another recipe this week. I'm doing another pizza video because my first pizza video had done very well, like 187,000 views. You guys liked my channel. Please subscribe, throw a thumbs up, click the notification bell, share this with your friends, you know, all that good stuff. All right, so what I figured I was going to do today, last pizza video was in a cast iron skillet. Check that out if you guys didn't see that yet. Today we're going to do a sheet pan pizza. All right. I'm going to run down a few ingredients here, and we're going to get on with this. A lot of you guys had awesome comments and compliments, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you for all of that. We really do appreciate that, and I answer every single person back out of many, like 1,000 comments or more. So here we go, okay? We're going to run down some ingredients. Now, you guys turned around before, and because I was using Don Pepino sauce, the whole idea of that video was to use a canned sauce to try to make a pizza go a little bit faster, okay? So some of you guys were inquiring about how I make pizza sauce. Well, we're going to show you that today. So the video is going to be on how to make pizza sauce, and I figured while I'm making pizza sauce for you guys, what I'm going to wind up doing is we're going to do I was in the mood for sausage, peppers, and onions today. So instead of doing all that in a skillet and just having sausage, peppers, and onions, we're going to show you how I do sausage and pepper and onion pizza. Okay, and we're going to do that in a sheet pan, like I said. So let's run down some ingredients, okay? So we have a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Use whatever kind of crushed tomatoes you want to. I liked a little bit of texture in it. That's why I use the crushed tomatoes. Got a little bit of olive oil here. We have a pound of hot sausage. Yep, you got it. You can use sweet sausage if you want to as well. I have a pound of mozzarella cheese that is freshly grated. I do recommend doing that and not buying it in the pack that's already, you know, already shredded or grated. Not a big fan of that. You get better taste out of this. Okay, we got a green pepper, a red pepper, an onion. We have some Parmesan Reggiano over here, salt and pepper up front, a couple cloves of garlic, red pepper flakes. We got some oregano here, and we have some parsley. That's it to this, okay? I would recommend you guys to preheat your oven right now to 500 and take your rack and put it on the third or second, depends on your oven. See, these recipes are a little difficult. My oven might not be the same as yours, obviously, but we're going to do it on the third position from the lowest part of the oven, okay? I am using a dark pan for this, so you know, you got to compensate. If you're using a lighter pan, it's not going to brown as quick. You're using a darker pan, it's going to brown a little bit quicker, okay? I'm going to clear some of this stuff out of here. I'm going to cut a little bit of this stuff up for you guys. We're going to show you how to get into making this sauce. You know what? We're going to do that first. So hang in there. I'm going to spin around. We're going to get the pizza sauce going. Okay, so here we go. We're going to first things first. Just before we get on with the sauce, we are just going to drop in our sausage. Like I said, this is hot sausage. It's just what I prefer. I like, well, if you guys watch my channel, which a lot of you do apparently, you'll know that I like to cook with a lot of spice. Not a lot of spice, but the recipes that you can either cook with the spice or cook without the spice, so it doesn't really matter, okay? So the only thing we're going to do here, pretty simple, right? We're just going to kind of break this up a little bit, and we're just going to let this go. Now, you don't have to. I've had people on my other video that I posted saying that they don't fry their sausage first. I always have. I guess if I can't really comment on the other way, but they say that it does cook just as well on the pizza. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, so I guess you can do it either way. I do this. I'm not going to do it to a point where I'm caramelizing this time. I'm just going to cook it down until there's no more rawness left to the meat, okay? All right, so that's it. Sausage is on, and we're going to get over to the sauce. We're going to show you how to make the sauce. Okay, so first thing with the sauce, the first thing that I do is I do heat up the pan prior. I do put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and then what I do is I take my 2 cloves of garlic, 2 small cloves or 1 big. This is, again, this is just one of those things where if you like a lot of garlic, put a lot of garlic in it, okay? And this is why I preheat the pan, because it doesn't take long to get the fragrance off that. I don't cook this until it's dark brown. I don't do that. I just cook it till it just starts to turn. It becomes fragrant, and then that's it. That's it. I pull it, and we call that a day. Okay, so see how quick it is? Beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dump in our tomato sauce. Okay, just like that. Okay. Of course, my stove will be a mess when I'm done. Okay, mix that up a little bit. Pizza sauce is so easy to make. If you've not made it at home, this is the way I usually do it. And then I had that Don Pepino recipe, right? Or the sauce, so I went with that and did a video with that. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of parsley in it. We are going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, and we're going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flake in it. Now, if you want a little bit more, bing, there you go. A little bit more. I like it spicy. I'm the only one going to eat this, so we're going to make it my way, right? What makes me happy. All right, so let's just mix this up. Get this all incorporated, and then there's nothing like making your own sauce. All right, now what we're going to do is we're just going to take a pinch of black pepper. We're going to take a couple pinches of salt, and we're just going to mix this up. That is our pizza sauce, okay? I'm going to cook this for about a half hour. We're just going to let it sit here and bubble away on the stove while our sausage cooks. And that's it. So that is the recipe for the pizza sauce. This is great sauce too, by the way. All right, so that's it. I'll bring you back when the sausage is done to show you exactly how I cooked that, and what done this I cooked that too. And then we'll get on, we'll start building this pizza and get it in the oven. Remember, 500 degrees, 3rd shelf from the bottom for your pizza. Okay? All right, guys. Let's see you in a couple of minutes when the sausage is done. So here we are with the sausage. I broke it up, and what I broke it up with was a little tool here from Pampered Chef. That's all you do is just kind of do this. Okay? You get it to the size that you want it. You get all the pink out of this as well. And when you get all the pink out of it, this is pretty much done. All right, so we're going to call this, yeah, I think we're going to call this a day. Yeah, there's a little bit of caramelization, not much though. All right, so this is done. We're going to turn this off. We're going to keep this set aside. We're going to let the sauce here on the other burner keep doing its thing for another few minutes. All right, and we're going to take you back across the kitchen. I'm going to show you how I assemble this pizza. We'll cut up a couple vegetables for you too. A couple peppers and a couple of, or maybe an onion, half onion or something like that. All right, hang in there. We'll be back. This is going to be a great pizza. You guys like the other one. This one's going to be just as good, trust me. All right, so let's get to cutting up the pepper. Okay, I'm going to show you how I cut the pepper up for how I do it for a pizza. Okay, and this is what I do. Okay, just like that. Now we're not going to need a whole bunch of pepper. Maybe just a couple of slices like that, because we also have a red pepper to put it on too. So now I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of having my food look colorful too, as you guys know. So we're just going to cut these in strips, just like this. Okay. Not too thick, but you know, thick enough because once these go down in the, okay, so that's it. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna push these aside. We're gonna grab our red pepper. Now the thing that you guys got to remember with peppers as well is that they're loaded with water, right? So what I would recommend you guys to do is not to put these down on top of your pizza sauce, okay? And the reason why I say that is because if you do that, there is a possibility that all the water in these will get trapped between the moisture of the pizza sauce and under the cheese, okay? So I would put these on top of the cheese, all right, just like that. And that's about how I like my stuff cut up. Okay, so all these aside, and then we are going to cut up a little bit of onion. Take off the first wrap. Get this out of the way. All right. Okay, so that's that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut basically some thin, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. And again, these are going to go on top of the pizza, not underneath the cheese that we're doing. Okay, so about a half an onion here, and then yeah, that's about a half. So there we go. And then we're just going to break these down into rings, just like that. Okay, and these are going to go. These are all going to go. Maybe not all. We'll see. On top of the pizza. Okay, so that's it. There's our rings and our 2 peppers. All right. So as soon as this sauce is done, we're gonna get going on building this pizza. I'm going to show you guys how to build a pizza. Okay. Okay, so our tomato sauce is all done, and we have this on the stove, which I'm going to bring over. This is what our pizza sauce looks like. Okay, so that's done. About a half hour on that. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to get going with putting this pizza together. So we're going to take some, now apparently people have maybe a little bit of an issue that I use olive oil on the bottom of my cast iron skillet, and I've heard everything from, you know, it causes cancer when it gases off, and if it starts smoking, it's not good for your health reasons and stuff like that. And you know, I'm not minimizing what people are saying, because I actually read all of my comments and I reply to all my comments. But I do have to say that you know, I'm personally not worried about you know, different oils, only because, you know, I'm that guy that's always worked around kind of not real good stuff in life. So, you know, I don't worry about olive oil, but I do appreciate the comments on that, and the, you know, the schooling. I thought that was actually, I actually thought that was really cool. So thank you all for that. But I am using olive oil again in this pan. Don't make fun of my pan. This pan's been around for a long time with me. All right, so let's get on. We're going to build this pizza. Now, before I do the dough here, I do buy my dough from a place called Red Front, okay? So they make it fresh every single day, and you just can't beat it. That's the reason why I buy my dough. I've heard a lot of things like, post a recipe for your dough and stuff like that. And what I'm telling people basically is you can make your own dough. I think that's fantastic. And I can also make my own dough, but it's not the same as this particular dough that I'm extremely fond of. That's why I keep using it. And then people were saying that, well, you're not really making pizza, you're just kind of building a pizza. And I guess you're right. But it still is a tutorial on how to do a sheet pan pizza, okay? So we're going to get on with this. And we are going to, now I already stretched this dough, so it's all stretched. And a lot of noise there. So we're going to lay it down here, okay? Try to stretch it out before you put it in the pan, because this way it's a little bit easier for you guys to work with. So if you guys are local and you guys want a good pizza dough, go on in and see Red Front and grab a pizza dough off them. You can't go wrong with it, man. It's made fresh. It's very good. I've never gotten a bad product from them. It's a local pizza place, so I feel like I'm supporting my local businesses, which, I'm kind of all about that. All right, so that's the dough. I did not make it, so we'll get that all cleared up. All right, so here we go with the sauce. So we're just gonna. Now the sauce is still hot, okay? So I'm gonna do it like this, and then we're just gonna move it around a little bit. You can still see how hot it is. It's very hot. I just turned the burner off on this, and so I'm not going to touch it. All right, so for all you guys out there that left comments on my last pizza video that says that they like a little bit more sauce on their pizza, here you go. Here's your little extra sauce for a pizza, okay? So there we go. Just throw another little bit in here, okay? So now what I do, and I did this in my other video, but I used different cheese. I used Pecorino Romano in the other video. This video here, I'm going to use some Parmesan Reggiano. Okay, so we're going to give it a good healthy layer of some nice Reggiano cheese. And if you've not done this to a pizza, I highly recommend you to do that, because it adds so much flavor to that bottom level. Okay, just like this. Now y'all can't tell me that ain't starting to look fantastic. All right, so there we go. All right, so the next thing now, what we're going to do is we're going to throw some mozzarella cheese on it, which I did this morning, grated it this morning, just like this. Like that. And then I'm just going to save a tiny bit for the top. And you'll see this pizza won't stick either. Okay. Try to get it to somewhat to the edge. It's a little bit different than a cast iron pizza. Cast iron, I go right to the edge. Man, I like that that cheese bubbled up on the edge when I do a cast iron. Okay, so there we go for that, and we're going to turn around now. We're gonna put some onions on it. Remember, this is a sausage and pepper and onion Italian pizza. This is awesome. I know you guys may, I've had some people actually went out and bought cast iron pans to make my cast iron pizza, which I I actually thought it was fantastic. Okay, so I appreciate you guys doing that. All right, so now we're just gonna put some red peppers on. Not too much, because you got to remember now, all these peppers are, it's, you know, 80-90% water, right? I mean, there's not all that much meat kind of sort of involved in it. All right, so there we go. We're gonna do that, break this one in half, and we're just gonna go nice and light with these. Not gonna get out of control, but you're gonna definitely know that they were there. All right, beautiful. I think that looks fantastic. All right, so now with the sausage that we cooked a little earlier, let's get some of this on there, right? Okay, and that was a pound of sausage. I'm not sure if I said that in the beginning or not, but we have a pound of sausage, about a quarter of a red pepper, a quarter of a green pepper as well. All right, just like that. Cover it up really good. Use it all. Okay, so there we go for that. And now we're gonna do is we're just gonna a little bit of cheese on the top. Okay, this is gonna go in the oven now at 500 degrees on the third rack from the bottom. And when this comes out, it's gonna be amazing. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna get washed up. This is going in the oven, 500 degrees, third rack from the bottom, for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna keep my eye on it, you know, as we cook this. And I would assume that you guys would do the same thing, okay? No two ovens are the same, like I said in the beginning. All right, in the oven it goes. See you guys in just a few minutes when this pizza is nice, bubbly, hot, and then we'll take it out, we'll cut it. All right, guys, so the pizza is done. Let me grab this out of the oven and show you exactly what we got going on here. There we go, right there, huh? Sausage, peppers, onions. My Italian pizza. All right, we're gonna let this cool down. This is really hot right now. We're gonna let this cool down for a little bit, and we're gonna take it over. We're gonna slice this thing up. We're gonna show you exactly, you know, whatever, how I cut it. There's been discrepancies of how to cut a pizza, but we're gonna cut it the way I usually do it, all right? So here we go, that's it. Sausage, peppers, onion, Italian pizza. Give me a couple of minutes. We'll get over on the other side. We'll get this thing cut up. This is gonna be great. All right, so we got our beautiful pizza here today. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you guys what I do. Now there's not a lot of sticking. I only let this cool down for about 5 minutes. There's not a lot of sticking with this because of the oil that you use on the bottom of the pan. Okay, but what I do is, because I cook with cast iron, I have these little tools to scrape the cast iron. And what I do is I just take the edge of this and I just kind of run it around the sides just like this. Okay, just like that. Some little pieces of cheese that might have got stuck there might give you just a tiny bit of a problem, but if you just slide it through like this, you can see it comes out pretty easy. All right, so that's it. Let's see what we get when we put the spatula in. Yeah, see, it doesn't stick at all. All right, and this is the way that my pizzas always come out. So if you follow this recipe, this is exactly how it's gonna come out for you guys. All right, and we're gonna just take it just like that. Put that behind me. Look at that. How gorgeous does that look? All right, and now we're just gonna cut it up. I always make these square pizzas like this. I always make them 8 cuts, okay? And you can hear it on the bottom too. It's nice and crispy. Just like that. Like that. All right, look at that. Woohoo! So, because this is still pretty hot, I just want to see if I can give you a little shot on what the bottom looks like. So I guess, right? All right, so that is it. That is my recipe for an Italian sausage pepper pizza, okay? You make this, you're gonna absolutely love this. I guarantee it, just because of the results that I got from my cast iron pizza. Same kind of thing, except it's in a sheet pan, different ingredients, different cooking times. This stayed in for 18 minutes at 500 instead of 16 minutes for a cast iron pan. So that's it. If you guys like this recipe, which I definitely know you're going to, put a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share the hell out of it, because people are going to really, really enjoy this. Now, people were saying, well, you didn't take a bite. Well, look at how hot this is. All right, so because I'm going to be stupid, I'm going to take a bite. Oh. Oh, my Lord. And I'm not doing that just because this is my pizza. I'm doing this because this is an ass-kicking pizza. All right, guys, that's it. Until next week, till I post another video.